The Sea of Galilee is calm this morning. Good morning. Got two people here, I think, from Kansas. And at least one of them is a regular follower. So I'm going to tempt them to walk a bit. If it's a big group, you can't walk with a bigger group. Good morning, Peg. Do you want to walk? Or do you want to stay here? Do you, or you have to... We can go down another place so you can see another spot. Sometimes you see. Okay, because with a bigger group, it's impossible to walk.
No, we're here. We just saw you come live.
That's good.
I said, here's his message, look for him. What's up? Oh, are we being taped again?
Say again?
Are we being taped?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Well, good morning, Father Kelly.
Good morning, Peg. And this is again...
Beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise.
This is Peggy.
Another... Oh, yeah, that's right, two Pegs. A Peg and a Peggy. Can you imagine? You get two for the price of one. Oh, there's the sunrise, look.
Oh, here it comes. We've been waiting.
Oh boy, we made it,
Dawn from a high.
So I know some people that are on the sunrise would like to see the battery today, so we'll keep it sweet. I just got a low battery announcement. Isn't that amazing? It's a very beautiful morning. No clouds this morning. Not one cloud. Look all around. Not one cloud anywhere. So we'll go down the camping way here. You can cross the Mississippi. That's good for Kansas people, no? The Mississippi borders Kansas, does it?
It does, and Missouri, where I grew up.
Uh-huh. So Peg is a repeat offender here in the Holy Land. Look at the little flowers we often show. These small little ones here, they're pretty gone now. Let me see if there's anyone with flowers. You see these little ones here? They're so small.
Oh, yeah, great. What are these?
I don't know the name of them, but they're so small, the tiny little flowers. So tiny. And there are hundreds of them together. And then these are the bougainvillea.
Oh, beautiful.
So this is nice, showing these ladies the little routes of all. Maybe it's a little mucky. No, it's okay, I think. Because it rained yesterday. And it's not too bad now. You can't really walk in the muddy spots for about 3 days or 2 or 3 days. You need 2 or 3 days of sunshine. And these are the other ones. These flowers aren't open, but when we walk back, they'll be much... they're beaten up by the rain. I think they're a bit damaged. But they open up a lot. And this is the spot here where the nutria are more frequently. The little animals. So here we're crossing the Mississippi. When it's run dry, that'll be a day when the Mississippi runs dry. You see, it's often rolling out water here from almost all year round. But right now we're in the lowest water until the rains really come again and fill up all the springs in Mount Arbel. And this is the Franciscan part of the site here. There's a Greek gymnasium in here and 2 ports that are right behind these trees here. 2 ports, 1 port, 2 docks. There's a Roman period dock with 5 stones still in the Roman period dock, about 5 steps apart for mooring the boats. And then there's a Hasmonean period dock, which is the period just before the Roman period. So we'll swing over to the readings and we continue reading the book of Revelation at the end of the liturgical year. And really the message of the reading today is the two effects of God's word on a person who's following God and who's a witness to God in society. And one of the effects is obviously great joy over God's word, great consolation. God's word renews us, it strengthens us, it gives us light. Look at all these lovely birds. These are cormorants. They're gone out there. They're fishing birds all the time. They're sailing away. So the first effect of God's word in us is it's delightful, it's strengthening, it's renewing. But the second effect is a difficult effect, and that is, since we fall in love with God's word in a world that rejects it, then representing it becomes a very contradictory, because we experience rejection, even to the point of persecution. And that's not just for the big prophet, that's for also very simple people. They can be ostracized in their family, they can be sneered at, they can be put down. The pathway becomes rocky for believers many times. God's word on the one hand is so life-giving and strengthening and consoling, and on the other side, it calls us to walk. When Jesus says, "Come, follow me," like he did for the fishermen here, to follow Jesus ended up for them in their own crucifixion, in their own martyrdom, because giving witness has many forms. There's a lot of birds out there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're lying low. And the Golan is their backdrop, so you can't make them out. But maybe here as we cross the light, they're going to cross the light any moment. Maybe you can see them better. And this little screen is not so easy. I think that wasn't a successful venture. And in a certain sense, that's the experience that tests the believer. Because if everything was easy, our love for God wouldn't be proven. But because of the opposition and the resistance, that's where the great witnesses are forged.
Good morning.
And we have the green grass of Ireland here. And the same thing could be said then also of marriage and of life in general. When somebody we love becomes difficult, that's when our love is proven, that it's really love and not self-interest. The difficulties of raising a child, we have a very different spot here beside the water, a sandier beach. And that's where the parents' love is forged as they raise a child, and maybe a child that has special illness or sickness. Oftentimes we become aware of them because so many people ask us for prayers for certain people going into surgery or have major development problems. And that brings a massive love from the hearts of the parents. It really forges them into great people. they become tried and tested in time like gold in the furnace. I think we could take that as the main little chewing point from the first reading today. How sweet my taste is your promise. In the way of your decrees I rejoice, as much as in all riches. You know, it'd be nice to win the sweepstakes. It'd be nice to get a nice inheritance from somebody you weren't expecting. All riches are nothing compared to God's word when we start tasting it. When we develop a taste for God's word. And that's not just academic study, that's primarily following God and experiencing his delight. Because God will never be outdone in generosity. There's no martyr that can suffer more from God than the ecstasies God will give that martyr, even though the poor martyr goes through a martyrdom. And then we go to the temple, which would be a place of great joy for Jesus and for any of us. But it's a moment of pain because it's being abused. It's being turned into a den of thieves. And how much that can happen, we see that. We've read enough news reports. These things happen in our times. Such betrayal of trust, such betrayal of purpose. And that's just the history of humanity. And there are those moments. But we should be careful before we pick up stones to throw, because our own soul is a temple. And how many times Jesus needs to come to clean it up. How much forgiveness we need. How often should we forgive Jesus? 7 times? You know the answer, guys. We got 7 times here with these stones. Look, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 70 times 7. $70 times 7. And the same way Jesus has to come in and clean up our temple more than once, people. The times we get angry and lose it. The times we're harsh and hurt. The times we're not completely truthful. And that's so counter to the nature of our temple. I want to bring the 2 pegs here, Peg and Peggy, to see a little source of water coming into the Sea of Galilee. You see, this water is trickling in here. Look at this, water is coming into the Sea of Galilee here. Okay. And obviously in times of rain, then in the winter time, it becomes more powerful. And really, this is the case all around the lake. I'm sure that's probably the case in most lakes all around the world, especially lakes that are really in a hollow, like the Sea of Galilee is the lowest freshwater lake in the world, on the planet. So people, I think we'll leave it like here also, because I'm a little short on battery and I have to do a very special Instagram this morning. So God bless you. We'll do a selfie here with the pegs. Do you want to be in the selfie? Or?
Yes, we do.
The 2 pegs want to be in the selfie, the Peg and the Peggy?
We do, Peg and Peggy.
Okay, so this is our famous selfie moment, you know. So they're the 2 pegs, Peggy. And my sister's Margaret, which is also, there's a famous Irish book called Peg, written in the Irish language. And the lady was illiterate, but she told her story and somebody wrote it down. And so that was, so the 2 pigs want to say goodbye. Goodbye, people. God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you.
These are Kansas here at the Sea of Galilee. See you later, alligators.